Yeah, I think to stay up to speed with current trends in the game and current ways of teaching and educating players. I think the more environments you can expose yourself to as a coach, the better you'll be. You build your own skill set, you won't get stale with what you know and what you deliver, and you'll just keep your players on their toes.
I think for coaches, the ability to constantly be learning means that they're also imparting that onto the young people or the people that they're coaching. I think it's also really good role modelling to display a sense of lifelong learning to the players, because you can never learn too much, and football's a constantly changing sport as well.
I think it's important because we like to send a good message to the players, and me personally, in my opinion, we're forever learning. It'd be naive to think that you've got a complete understanding of what it is to be a good coach. So from my perspective, it's really important that we're continually trying to progress ourselves and progress our skill set in order to be the best coaches we can and help these players be the best players they can be.
I guess the number one thing for me is actually talking to other coaches and getting feedback from other coaches, just to keep progressing my own sort of development through coaching. Because you can't think that you know everything, and I think every other coach has a different way to addressing things. Certain things such as set plays, kick outs, all those sorts of things. There's so many different ways to explain it. There's so many different ways to actually go about it and execute it. So I think my best way is actually talking to other coaches and reaching out. I think as coaches, we probably get a bit scared of reaching out to other coaches within your football club, but certainly within other clubs as well. It's all like having your cards close to your chest. You don't want to show anything, but an old coach always told me that we could go over and give them our game plan, but it's about us executing it and then them trying to stop us. So I think the best thing to do is actually get conversations going with other coaches rather than just your coaches within your football club. Talk to other coaches in other competitions, other clubs as well.
I'm always looking out for sports books that are relevant to anything pertaining to sport, in the view that you can learn from the best. And if you want to get better, you can always take away from those that have been to the top of their tree in any different field, any chosen field. I've got a direct link to football. I think it's the best game in the world, but does that mean I know everything pertaining to coaching? The answer to that unequivocally is no. So I delve into those that have coached basketball, soccer, other types of sport that have been in front of you nowadays. With watching television on Foxtel, you can sort of watch a hell of a lot of sport. And for those that get to the top of their mountain, you can learn different philosophies, different teachings, how you deal with people, how you manage people. All those sort of things can make you more rounded in your coaching sphere.
Weekly. So in season, after every game, we get videoed in huddles, so we get to review that and reflect on what we can do better, what we did well. But it's ongoing, and even out of season, it's weekly with players, getting direct feedback from players and other coaches.
Every day, you have to. Those that get comfortable, I call them cushions of advantage. It's amazing when you get comfortable, the game goes past you pretty quick. So I prefer to be uncomfortable, to be perfectly honest, and that drives me to succeed. And that's the reason why I think about what I can do better every day. Every living moment when you've got some downtime, you reflect on what you did yesterday, and I think that's the greatest challenge to any individual. Can you better yourself rather than comparing or blaming others? Look at yourself first.
I don't have one single person. I guess being in this environment now, Brendan McCartney is head of coach performance. Yeah. So he oversees all the coaches here at Melbourne, so really fortunate with that setup. But I'd lean on any number of coaches here for support. And then I think it's just having open conversations with your team of coaches, and sometimes it'll be external people that aren't footy related seek advice. Might be on relationships with players and how to get a different response out of a certain player. You might go outside the footy bubble to solve that problem, but a variety of people.
I've had a few. So Shane Watson was the forwards coach at the North Melbourne Footy Club for a little while. couple of seasons ago, and I approached him initially as my first mentor, and then he's since moved on from this club, and I then have just reached out to some other people. Even though Watto's only down the road at Carlton, it's been difficult. So also at Melbourne Uni, the head coach Andrew Jago and also Laura Kane have been two other coaching mentors alongside Darren Crocker.